Hey there guys, Gray here, welcome to another video. I'm putting these in with the vlogs because it kind of counts in that kind of category, otherwise I gotta come up with a new one. Basically, I am struggling to keep up with responding to comments with typing, because a lot of the time I'm just not in a state where I can respond to things quickly, and physical time's a factor these days, and for God knows what other reasons. I figure I'm best off replying to comments largely in a video format from now on. When I do see comments that I can respond to easily with text, or I think it's more appropriate, I'll do that. But for the most part, if you leave me a comment or whatever, I'll probably get round to it in video format from now on. Or, I'll try it out and we'll see how it goes. That's my plan. Hopefully it goes well and it'll save me a bit of time because, yeah, as you can see here, here's my Creative Studio. 1,830 subscribers as of today, that many views. It's hard to keep up with things. It takes up a massive amount of time compared to last year when I was doing YouTube, so that's a wonderful thing, but yeah, I gotta keep up. So without further ado, let's crack on and take a look at everything. So yeah, I always come to here when I'm going to respond to comments, and I try to get around to stuff from here and just go straight down the list, respond to anything I've seen. So if I leave a like on your comment, it means I've seen it. I'll get round to it as soon as I can. So I've got round to those are fine. Okay, let's have a look. That one's fine. Yep, good. That one doesn't need a reply, so just leave it like that. Thumbs up. That one's fine. Here we go. Okay, so how do I pronounce your name? It's Yi Lupita. Forgive me if I get these wrong. I'm going to get some of them wrong. So leave a like. I've seen it. Should my mouth feel dry while mewing? Also, this has caused my bottom teeth to feel a pain like I'm wearing braces again. I don't know if this is because I have a slight overbite. Okay, so should your mouth feel dry? It's quite normal for your mouth to feel a bit different in terms of saliva or feeling like you've got more of it or less of it in places when you're changing your oral posture, because you're changing where things are fitting in your mouth. Your tongue, your teeth, the suction from your lips. You're affecting all those things, and that is going to have an impact on how... I'm pretty certain it will stimulate the glands that make the saliva differently. So for starters, you'll produce more in a lot of cases. In your case, it's an issue of it being dry. That's probably just because you're putting the tongue up and moving things around, so it's a bit different than usual. So that's probably fine. Okay. Also, this has caused my bottom teeth to feel a pain like I'm wearing my braces again. Yeah, that's pretty normal as well, because as you change your oral posture, the direction of the force is from those soft tissues, like from the tongue and from the lips. That's going to pull and push on your teeth in a different way than what normally happens. So you are going to feel some movement, some change, very subtle changes. You probably won't even notice them even if you're staring at them really closely, but it will pull on it and move things around. So that's quite normal. I had that in the beginning. It definitely improved just from keeping at it. Eventually things will stabilize, it'll be fine. Don't know if this is because I have a slight overbite. Now, the overbite won't be responsible for that stuff. The overbite is just an overbite. It's one of the malcollusions you can have, one of the forms of it. Don't worry about that too much. It'll improve from mewing. Federico Maniscalco. Yeah, forgive me again. I'm not good at pronouncing these. So, hey, please, I need help. I'm totally stuck. As I assume the correct tongue posture, I can't breathe at all. What should I do? Okay, so if you're getting the tongue up enough, you're raising this bit up and feeling it blocking off the airway. Like if I open my mouth and show you, you probably can't see it here, but the back of the tongue goes up to the roof of the mouth and closes off the airway. That's good. It means you're getting the tongue up. But from there, you need to refine that position a little bit. Experiment and find a way where you can lower the tongue down slightly from the roof of the mouth to allow you to breathe well enough. You should still feel the pressure of the tongue there in the airway. It should slightly, what's the way Dr. Mew put it? Embarrass the airway. It should impede your ability to breathe slightly, but not so much that you risk lowering the tongue because of it. You shouldn't have to drop it every time you breathe. So go from where you're at now, Federico. Keep the tongue up, lower it down slightly, and see if you can hold that pressure there, feel it in your airway, and breathe through the nose. Give that a go, let me know how that goes. And there you go. So, Han Solo. I have to wear aligners for 7 months. Should I try to have my tongue up on the roof, or does it make no sense? Personally, I would just keep working on the tongue posture anyway, because once you have the aligners or braces or whatever taken off, the practice you put in now will have an effect. Once you no longer have an external device applying force to your teeth, you will be able to get some results from the practice you put in now. The more you practice, the better you get at your oral posture. The more likely you are to see results when that force is taken away. So personally, I would practice it. Because, yeah, you're not likely to be able to exert enough force with the tongue in the 7 months you'll have to practice to risk doing any harm or anything like that while having the aligners on. So, yeah, just keep practicing. It should be fine. Okay, so you, Nibusa, again, I'm not good with these. My apologies for butchering your names. So, I feel nothing on the upper jaw, but I feel pressure on the lower jaw. Is that bad? Also, is there something for defining your cheeks? So, you feel nothing on the upper jaw. That's quite normal in the beginning. It's hard to get enough pressure from the tongue to feel anything obvious in this area. That's no worry at all, but you feel the pressure in the lower jaw. I assume you mean this kind of area, the biting, or fatigue, just in this general area because of the tongue going up. That's fine. Both of those are fine, okay? You don't want to clench, if that's what you're talking about. You don't want to fatigue from clenching too hard. To a degree, you will tend to bite a bit harder for raising the tongue up, but keep working on the tongue posture, that won't be a problem. If you're feeling general fatigue from all the other stuff, just being overworked, that's completely normal. Keep working on it. Go a bit gentler if it's too hard. You know, if you're fatiguing that much, that is really affecting you. Like when I went really hard in the beginning, I just nuked myself. I couldn't sing because of it, because these muscles were that sore. I had a whole octave disappear because my throat was just too tight. But it's nothing bad, it's just tired. That's all it is. So go a bit easier, keep working on things, and you'll get stronger and better at it over time. So, also, is there something for defining your cheeks? Not really, just keep working on getting the tongue up. It's very general advice, and it's very powerful advice, following the tropic premise. Get your tongue up, keep your teeth lightly in contact, and keep your lips sealed, but without, forcing the chin up to do it, or really constricting it. You want it to be a definite seal, but gentle. So yeah, do that stuff, and over time your cheeks should get better, and if you're in any doubt, keep working on the back of the tongue, because that's the bit that will really make the difference. Okay, Memento Mori. Is it too late? I'm 23 now. No, not at all. You're fine. Forgot like there. Yeah, you're fine. You're 23. I was 24 when I started, and I'm seeing changes. I'm still seeing them now. They've been a bit slow the past 6 months or so, but that's because I've been busy. I haven't had much time to put in the effort, It does take a lot of consistent effort and a lot of time to get any real results, but nah, 23 is not too late. No age is too late. This one, alright, yeah, I've read through it fully. This comment warrants a proper reply. I'll do that with, whatever, so won't like it for now. Okay, next one. Rex Erection. Nice name, I like it. So yeah, I've noticed my palate expanded since I started mewing, but one of my wisdom teeth is still in the way of my tongue fully resting at the top. Okay. If you're noticing some expansion, you're doing things fine. Just keep working on it. My wisdom tooth on this side at the top left, that used to be covered, the inside of it used to be half covered with gum. It's not now. So just keep at things. Eventually, if you can get enough expansion, the wisdom teeth will correct themselves. They'll take care of themselves, they'll align properly. Yeah, so I don't know exactly what you mean. Still in the way of my tongue fully resting on top. Yeah, just keep trying to get your tongue up above the teeth as best as you can, and it will take care of itself. Dante Arcadi. Again, I'm sorry, it's like a knee-jerk reaction. I have to apologize for butchering people's names. So yeah. Great, thank you man, your words have definitely helped me a ton. People on social media like you and Astro Sky are at the forefront of the whole orthotropics movement, as it were, in my opinion. Sharing knowledge, spreading the truth. Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know, I just make videos, I make videos on whatever I'm interested in, be that tinnitus, or mewing stuff, or gaming videos, or music stuff, which is an interest, but I've done an appallingly low amount of videos there. So yeah, just make videos. Spread info on stuff that's worked for me, because this is a fundamental thing, the mewing stuff. I'm happy to keep making videos on that because, yeah, it's important. Astro's better at it than me, though. If you're in any doubt, go ask him and talk to him about it. Okay, so this comment thread, do you have a Patreon? Blah, 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 blah. Thanks for asking, by the way, Harley. I really appreciate that, because I'm debating it. I am debating it. Flash Klein. Subscribe star is better for freedom of speech. Patreon is a fascist left-wing platform. I don't know, I've never checked it out, I couldn't say. I'm always open to ideas for different places to go to, though. So yeah, cheers for that. I guess we'll see. Rihanna Shah. Again, sorry if I've butchered your name. I just came across your channel while looking at orthotropic videos. Regarding your view on tinnitus and nervous system, something that I'm researching more about in relation to health. Anyway, I came across this doctor who I have also visited for treatment, and it's worth looking at what he has to say on it for a different perspective. Here's a link, I would like to know what you thought. Okay, so yeah, I've seen this, I'll check that out later. I need the time to sit and really watch the video, I'll load that up there. Thank you Rihanna, I will definitely check that out soon. I love that a British accent can't be heard while singing. No, yeah, I already answered that. Just, yeah, as you get higher, you've got to go more. You've got to sing more like a duck to be able to keep the full voice sounds, especially if you're a bloke. So yeah, it's hard to keep hold of the, I don't know what you'd call it in a British accent, but yeah, that tone, it's hard to keep hold of that. Guess the natural order of things is to have an American accent. Yeah, and you notice that most good singers tend to be quite American, so, well, most of the ones I listen to anyway, so yeah, I guess maybe. Okay, Shanoy Giovanni, again, sorry. Okay, yeah, managed to find an orthodontist that offers aesthetic consultation that is trained in AGA. However, it's a 4-hour journey to get there. MSE also seems to be a very interesting option as well. Awesome! Okay, so you're starting to find some options. 4-hour journey is a bit of a bugger, but yeah, I would definitely, if you're into the mewing stuff and you've got the money and you've got the interest, I would definitely look into getting an expansion appliance to begin with to help speed things up, because it will speed things up massively, so definitely do that. Okay, Hamza Shika? Sorry. Right, the occlusion stresses the body out because if teeth are off balance. Okay, yeah, I already answered that. He says, check out Starecta. Okay, yeah, I've heard of that. Great, the jaw is 100% the problem. Okay, yeah, we're talking about tinnitus and the jaw, malocclusion, the way that affects it, the nervous system, all that stuff. Yeah, I more or less agree. 100% the problem. I can't say 100%. Don't get me wrong, I agree completely that if the jaws were perfectly developed, I don't think any amount of stress or any amount of hearing damage or anything like that would trigger tinnitus. But at the same time, not everyone in the modern environment has perfect jaw development by any stretch. We all have terrible jaws overall. They're grown funny in the modern environment. There's no two ways about it. Yet not everyone has tinnitus because of it. So clearly there's other factors, and especially with my experience, I've improved mine from 10 out of 10 level of how much it disturbed my life. I was nearly suicidal with my tinnitus. It was that bad. It was that debilitating. I improved it to the point where I basically don't hear it in the day. I can't really hear it now as I'm talking to you. Just by focusing on dealing with emotional stress and calming the nervous system that way. Yeah, like I said it here, calm the nervous system by focusing on emotional stress. That's easier for most than getting a genuine improvement to jaw development. So yeah, improving the jaws is harder than learning to calm the fuck down, basically. So I would definitely recommend focusing on calming down if you've got tinnitus. You know, learn to relax more in a genuine, long-term way on a day-to-day basis. But yeah, I'm in agreement completely with you, Hamza. The jaw is the problem, and Dr. Lee, I will give that a look, thank you. I'll paste that there for later, and I'll come back to it. Sorry. I'll come back to it if I can. Yep, okay, so I've seen this one. I have not seen this one. Added you on Facebook, Mark's my name. I try to get consulting with a myofunctional therapist. My tongue posture never hits the front teeth of my mandible, so I guess there's no way it could relapse. Okay. Yeah, I'm not too sure. That's the thing. The problem with oral posture is that the bit that makes the most difference to how our jaws develop is how we posture when we're not thinking about what we're doing. You know, so as you say, you know, if your tongue posture it never hits the front teeth in your mandible, great, you know, that's wonderful. But you can only guarantee that for the time you're conscious about it, which no matter how disciplined you are, that's not going to be all of the day. That's not going to be all of the day by any stretch of the imagination. And the rest of the time where you're not conscious about what your tongue is doing, it will be doing something, and that will affect your development. So, relapse is still possible. So let me read this again quick. Yeah, so again, if you're going to get the retainer out of your mandible, weigh up the pros and cons. Make sure you're sure that your oral posture is good. Because I can't tell you, Dr. Mew couldn't tell you, no one can tell you, only you can. So, make sure you're confident in your oral posture before debating getting the retainer taken out of your mandible, and go slowly with it. If it's one that you pop in at night and take out, progress very slowly with reducing your usage at it. If in any doubt, just go slow, you know. So yeah, good luck with the consultation. Sorry, I'm not used to reading comments out loud, but yeah, good luck with the consultation, mate. I hope that goes well. Let us know how it goes. Cheers. Alright, Dan E. Garner. I've seen this one apparently, but I don't remember it. Day 1. I learn the posture. Feels natural quite quickly. Day 2. I hear clicking when I push my tongue up into the roof of the mouth. Day 4. I notice I'm breathing through both nostrils with ease and sleeping better as I focus on the tongue and mouth position. Day 7. I am stopped in the street by hot women. Day 30. Time travel. Fair enough. You know. Surely if in day 7 you're getting stopped in the street by hot women, you don't need to time travel. You're there, you know. Most people do the mewing stuff for good looks, so yeah. If you get to that at day 7, you're on to a winner. Linda Hall, how do you bite with an underbite? That's a damn good question. I couldn't tell you because I don't have one. From what I understand of it, the underbite, you're going to struggle to align the teeth properly. if I was in your situation, Linda, and again, I'm not an expert, I'm not a medical professional, I'm no form of authority on this subject, my opinions are just based purely on what I've read on the internet and experimented with myself, so I really don't have the expertise or qualifications to tell you what you should do with an underbite. But, based on what I understand of it, if I was in your situation, I would look about for a local functional orthodontist, or someone who has experience with expanding the top jaw in adults, and I would try to get treatment. I would try to get an expansion device installed, made to make the jaw bigger, so that the lower jaw can finally fit behind the front teeth, and then I would work on oral posture from there. I mean, I'd work on it beforehand, but with an underbite, the back teeth are likely not to be in contact with the top jaw, and that will probably make it problematic to get enough expansion of the top jaw within a realistic time frame for you to be happy with it. So basically, get the expansion work done, it will speed things up massively and it will make oral posture work much better. So I'm afraid I can't answer your question, where do you bite with an underbite. Personally, I'd say just try to get as many of the teeth in contact as you possibly can. Alright, but yeah, don't do anything that makes you feel too uncomfortable, and definitely see if you could get expansion work done, because it would help massively. Okay, I got a couple more questions down here in this comment thread. Oh, my tongue up, blah 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 blah. Forward growth of maxilla makes someone's overbite worse. No, I already answered that. If anyone's curious about that, will forward growth make the overbite worse? No, it'll make it better, because it'll bring this up and forward. That'll be able to move up. As you improve your oral posture, you'll stop sucking the back top teeth back, and you'll stop pushing the front teeth forward because you don't have enough room to fit the tongue properly. So over time, you'll get that kind of effect. The teeth will come together, and the mandible will have room to fit properly, and everything will start to align themselves nicely. So yeah, no, expanding your maxilla doesn't make an overbite worse, even though it does seem natural to think that. But yeah, so from Liam, great, that makes sense. But what do you mean when you say keeping teeth in contact? Let me read just to make sure. Okay, when I say the front and back teeth in contact, I mean that when you bite, they'll be together at the same time. You won't have to move your mandible back or forward because you've got an overbite, and that means that putting your front teeth in contact will take the back teeth out, or vice versa. I just mean that they'll be able to meet and bite at the same time in a good position. That's all I meant there. And thanks for responding and clearing that up. You are welcome. I might do a text one just to make sure you get that, but I'll do that later. Okay, I got a nice big comment thread here. I don't know why I haven't seen this. I've seen that first one. Okay, that was a video suggestion. Yep, still working on that. The rest of this I can't read. Could bung it into Google Translate, but you two are clearly not talking to me, so that's fine. I love this. I love seeing people talking amongst themselves on my channel. It's really, really good. Yep, suggestions are next on my list. Thanks for a reminder. Yep, cool. What else are you saying? Great. Oh well, can you add to your list like how to get good body posture or something like that? Or is that already on it as well? It is actually. It's been on there for months. I've been meaning to do it. I'll get that done. So possibly there are people misunderstanding body posture as well as oral posture. I see many people activating their waist and pulling their shoulders back when told to stand up straight, and they just look like a chicken instead of having a good aligned body. Yeah, I kind of get what you mean. I know when you say to people get your shoulders back, they tend to overdo it, you know? So yeah, it's a tricky one, and I'm definitely not perfect at it, but the more I've worked on my tongue posture, the more my body posture's improved, and it's really given me a good idea of what I should be doing with it. To the point where I'm debating getting a standing desk to be able to practice it more throughout the day, because I tend to have terrible posture throughout the day. So yeah. Cheers for that one, by the way, mate. Okay, that guy, what have I got? Good video, blah blah. So yeah, you guys feel free to pause and read that if you want to keep up with the rest of it. Okay, glad I did. So I know to use mouth tape now. Okay, brilliant. Because yeah, that is a good idea. If you're having problems with keeping your mouth shut while sleeping, mouth tape is probably a good idea. It'll help speed things up. Otherwise, you're relying purely on the practice you can do during the day to get it done, and that will eventually allow you to keep your mouth shut, but it'll take time. So yeah, the mouth tape is a little quick tip to do it. So yeah, also I asked my parents, who both have good facial development, about where they place their tongue, and they said they're nose breathers, but they keep their tongue more in the middle/bottom of their mouth. I was shocked since they both have decent maxillas. After I explained to them more about mewing, they laughed at me and thought I was crazy for believing all this, so they didn't want to hear more. Now I'm starting to think, does posture really matter, or is it just nose breathing that makes a face grow correctly? Obviously mouth breathing will make a face grow down and back, but now I'm confused on what to believe. Okay, that guy, that's pretty straightforward to answer really, so just give me a moment to compose my thoughts. So yeah, your parents probably don't have ideal facial development. No, even if it's relatively good by modern standards, you know, even if they were models, for example, odds are good their jaws still aren't ideally developed or as developed as well as they could be compared to our fairly immediate ancestors. You know, I consider ideal facial development to be 50 plus millimeter dental arch, and space for all the wisdom teeth, all the teeth in a good alignment with no gaps or spaces or crowded teeth anywhere in there. If you've got gaps or crowding, it means that something is developed somewhere and something is undeveloped somewhere else, you know, or something is overdeveloped and something is underdeveloped. That's how you get the gaps. Like with my teeth, the front is overdeveloped compared to the rest of it. The back is too narrow, the front is too wide, because I don't have enough room to fit the tongue properly. Simple. So yeah, even if they have pretty good facial development, odds are good their development is not ideal, so it's fairly logical to imagine that, yeah, their tongues might be a bit low, you know. So odds are good they just have fairly decent oral posture, you know, in, where was it, the middle of the mouth? More the middle, bottom. Yeah, the problem with what they're saying, though, is that they're not conscious of what their tongues are doing all day, you know, and middle or bottom to them might be relatively high compared to you. You don't know. You can't know what's going on inside their mouth 24 hours a day. You just can't make any assumptions on it, especially from people that don't know about, you know, orthotropics, oral posture, or anything like that, which is fair enough. It's still a fairly unknown field, but yeah, you can't base anything based on what they've said of it, I'm afraid. You just can't. There's just too much going on in the mouth for them to be aware of, to be able to comment accurately about what they're doing and why they might have the development they do, you know. So yeah, you're starting to think, does tongue posture really matter, or is it just nose breathing that makes a face grow correctly? Well, yeah, nose breathing is important, but most people that naturally nose breathe without thinking and deliberately doing it, they'll tend to have pretty good tongue posture. You know, tend to. It's not a guarantee. So yeah, it's tricky. It's a complicated thing to try to discuss. So yeah, basically just keep working on your oral posture. It doesn't matter what your parents have said or what they say they do or what their level of development is. The point is, if you want to develop yours better, you'll have to improve your oral posture. So keep working on it, keep practicing, don't worry about what they've said or do, just focus on yourself. So yeah, hope that helps. Okay, there's a great big load of comments I haven't been told about here. I haven't seen any of these, alright. I don't see anyone asking a question though. You guys are talking amongst yourselves, so yeah, great, keep it up. Happy to see that. Karen Rose Ganut. Again, sorry for the names. I think I got the first two right though, so I'll call that a win. So I love your videos, Gray. More on Dr. Muse, long and boring discussion. Oh yeah, I did read that already. Thank you. Glad you find my videos so engaging. Yeah, that's all I can say when people tell me they find Dr. Muse boring. I mean, he's a doctor. He's used to talking to doctors, and he's good at engaging with people, I think, but he definitely talks like a doctor, whereas I am definitely not a doctor. I don't have that limit when talking to people. So yeah. But yeah, what's your question? Oh my god, you replied to my my comment. Lovey eyes, whatever that is. I'm not good with emojis, my apologies. By the way, I've been mewing for 9 days now and I can see changes in my forehead. This is hilarious, I never thought I could see changes this fast. Well, that's pretty cool. If you're seeing any sign of positive changes, be it a postural one, a change to the soft tissue, anything like that, great. Understand that it does take a long time to see genuine structural changes. Like, to get that wisdom tooth to come through, it was already partially erupted, you know, very slightly. I could see the front two cusps. But to get it to start to erupt more, it took 1.5 years of oral posture work, and I was going pretty hard in the beginning. I haven't gone as hard since then, but I'll definitely start ramping up my efforts again soon. But yeah, so it takes a long time to get genuine structural changes, but any positive sign you're seeing, you know, you've got to take a leap of faith with this stuff to a large degree. You have to trust that it's going to work, because it takes a long time, and you have to keep up the effort in the meantime somehow. It's hard to do that if you don't think it's going to work. So yeah, if you're seeing any form of change, Karen, excellent. Excellent work. Keep up the brilliant work. Yeah, I'll give that a lovey comment, I think, because yeah, I've enjoyed reading that so much. It's always good when people find, you know, good things to say, so yeah, brilliant. Keep it up. Okay, I found another one at the end of this comment thread, so there you go. If you guys want to pause and read or whatever, feel free. I've left a big ass comment there. So yeah, I've already got around to most of this. Okay, Jenny. Hello Jenny, how you doing? So yeah, thank you. Before, I've been naturally keeping my teeth super apart because I thought I should keep them relaxed, but keep them close together, though it low-key tires my mouth. Yeah, it will, I'm afraid. So yeah, don't keep your teeth apart. Keep them very, very, you know, you almost You want to not see the gap between them, basically. You know, Dr. Mew describes it as a butterfly bite, and that's a very good way of putting it. You want to aim to keep them right next to each other, but not forcing, you know, not clenching, not applying any deliberate force to it. A little bit will be okay, I think. That's quite natural, because there's a balance to be had between clenching, you know, not clenching, but the biting muscles and the tongue against the roof of the mouth, you know, and if the tongue's too weak, as it's gonna be in most of us, then yeah, it's natural that the teeth will bite together fairly hard. So I wouldn't worry too much, but keep working on your tongue posture. Try to minimize any clenching. That's pretty much it. So yeah, keep up the good work, Jenny. Awesome. And don't worry about the tiring either. You know, that will get better with time. It will. It's just got to toughen up, you know. Same as using any muscle you don't use often. It'll be weak. You got to toughen it up. Okay, I think I've got them all. I've had a look through a couple of times just to make sure. I believe I'm up to date. My apologies if I haven't seen your comment or if it hasn't notified me. YouTube doesn't tell me about everything, and especially if you reply to old comment threads and that sort of thing, I won't see it. It won't notify me, and it's way too far back to be able to do it. I mean, how long's this video taken? This has been half an hour of replying to stuff, and yeah, I'd already replied to most of them in text. And that's just over the last week's worth of stuff. So yeah, I think from now on I'll do video replies every week or so, try to catch up with anything. Everything that I think I need to reply to with a message, I will. Like, fine, I've got another one cropping up already. What's that? Alright, it's just a late one. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I hope this went well. I'll edit it, look back at it, decide if it's worth uploading, and I will still be engaging and reading the comments, but it's just, I need to save some time. You know, my time is limited these days. I need to find a way to be more efficient with getting around things, otherwise I'm going to miss stuff out. So yeah, I hope you guys got all your questions answered and found this enjoyable. Feel free to leave me more questions if you want me to see them, but if you really do want me to see them, you're better off leaving them on my latest videos. Whatever the topic is, I don't mind, you know, if it's a gaming video and you've got a mewing question, bung it there. I'm way more likely to see it if you put it there. So, best of luck to you all with all your goals. I hope you're all enjoying the holidays, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Take care till then. Bye.